It's that time. Time for the PRRD Rundown. What's the rundown? It's a quick 5-6 minute trollop run through the PRRD Peace River Regional District's meeting business agenda today. Coming to you at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., live from the Peaks Arts and Events Center, 10801 Dudley Drive in scenic and picturesque Hudson's Hope. Of course, before they get into the meat and potatoes of the agenda and break it down for you, we always like to have a rough outline and a guesstimate as to what they're going to be having for lunch. I do believe they're going to be having an option today. It's going to be option A. Directors are probably filling out their lunch cards right now. It's they like themes. Moose meat sandwiches with lady marmalade reduction, or they've got choice B, egg foo young with a / chop suey venison dish. And special note, Brad Sparling is brown bagging it today. Into the agenda. Up first, correspondence. Of course, this is after action. Brad Sparling bangs the hammer, the gavel, if you will, to call the meeting to order. And then the directors roll through some formalities of adoption of the agenda, corrections to previous minutes, which will be of May 12th, and the committee of the whole meeting of the same day. And then first business of the day, correspondence, District of Taylor, the World Invitational Class A Gold Panning Championships are slated for July 29th through the 30th. Of course, a highlight, certainly at this office, we've been counting down the days. High noon on Saturday the 30th, the Celebrity and Media Gold Panning Championship is on the line. Of course, this office is home to the current media celebrity champion, Blake Brown. 3 years running now, thanks to COVID-19. That might be a record. We'll have to have Halpert check into that. Of course, this is the District of Taylor's invitation to the PRRD directors. Of course, they're going to be there in spades and more. Into reports, the May 19th Electoral Areas Directors Committee meeting recommendation. Main one falling out of that, $50,000 is going to be allocated to the North Peace Airport for wastewater work and study. Keeping it on the solid waste, the May 13th Solid Waste Committee recommendations will be looked at as well by directors. These concern a $160,000 grant, of which the PRRD will contribute $80,000 for matching funding, and that's going to be for a grant for a study for best practices for solid wastewater again. And then 2022 UBCM minister meeting requests. The PRRD has a handful of options that they're going to be looking at. Of course, option 1s through 5 or 6. Not to say they're in order of appearance or order of importance, but first one is Minister Rob Fleming speaking about Taylor Bridge, rail service, gravel extraction in the PRRD, and more. Option 2, Health Minister Adrian Dix, healthcare retention, and of course, being cut in on the budget for the Dawson Creek and District Hospital construction and more. They've also got proposed meetings with Minister Rankin concerning First Nations and reconciliation, Conroy, forests, and Minister Osborne concerning lands and waters. Obviously, those three very key to the area. Forests, lands, waters, and as always, First Nations, reconciliation, Indigenous issues, and more. That's what's on the agenda for, again, UBCM minister meeting requests from the PRRD. Going to be going over that sometime this morning, let's say at about 11:30. Of course, the Lake Point Golf and Country Club is going to be getting a temporary change to their liquor license, so they've certainly applied for one. As well, there's a liquor license change for the permanent extended patio service area for Jackfish Dundee's. That's what's going on there. As far as liquor license changes, the PRRD is going to be making an application and in support of a $100,000 grant application for the regional growth strategy. As well, they get a bit of a feedback on how much Northern Lights College Foundation's health care scholarship has been contributed to and looking into the future. Then, of course, there's going to be things that tend to be on the agenda, all as always, connectivity, board appointments, and then a run of 15, no less, minutes and or letters of support in the consent calendar. All kinds of business there. Highlights include the hospital replacement project, intensive care unit. Might be a follow-up story there. as well, Enbridge fueling futures grants for the Moberly Lake Fire Department, and that would be in regards to firefighter turnout gear, as well as a few firefighter turnout gear grant applications to the Pembina Community Investment Group, a few letters of support, Boreal Center of Sustainability, Peace Region Farmers Institute, regarding a Northern Development Initiative Trust grant application, rolling into their 2022 calendar of events, and then, as always, the strat plan. So that's what's going on today at, of course, your PRRD. Coming to you this week from Catch It. It's going to be on the stream here, of course, on the Facebook of the Dawson Creek Mirror. But, of course, it's coming to you from the Peaks Arts and Events Center on Dudley Drive in picturesque and beautiful Hudson's Hope today. Fantastic. Of course, they're going to be kicking off before the official meeting with a community of the whole meeting, the COW meeting. And from what we understand, there's going to be a pair of RCMP delegates kicking off the meeting with their reports. So there you go. Why spend 6-7 hours with the directors as they gnaw through the meat and potatoes that is the PRRD agenda and business, spending your ratepayer dollars and more, when you can just instead spend just over 6 minutes breaking down what's going on the agenda this week at the Peace River Regional District meeting. Coming to you 10 o'clock, Thursdays, every second Thursdays. This week from Hudson's Hope. Stay tuned for the full meal deal here. This has been your Rundown.